Sandstorm on the one and only Moirex, and we're going to be getting into game number 1 on Demon's Island.
They also said the Kansas City Chiefs were supposed to win the Super Bowl.
I don't know anything about football, man.
And I'm pretty sure that was my boy Jalen Hurts holding up that trophy at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, love that guy. He and I go way back. Okay.
It's the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Thanks for letting me know. I really appreciate it. So, Sandstorm, Guichabou, already Guichabou opening off super hot here, looking for the downer, able to get the end light, looking for the D light pickup, but not going to be able to find it quite yet. Sandstorm picking up the scythe now. Let's see if he can get Guichabou off stage, get something going. Side light, end light, no neutral.
So one thing that's really interesting to me about Guichabou as a Qatar player is he's playing Asuri right now, which is very traditional for Qatar players. We've already seen several Asuri players this weekend from like the Qatar side of things, but Guichabou has mostly been the Lin Fei. That's really what we know him for. He's able to use that character and push her to the absolute limit, but here recently in the past few months, he's like, yeah, I don't really feel like Lin Fei is very good. I think Asuri is a much better Qatar legend. I would personally disagree, and a lot of times we see Guichabou leading with the Asuri and then potentially swapping back over to the Lin Fei if he's down.
Okay, but I have to say, Guichabou already looking pretty good. He's entirely stock up at this point.
Yep.
Sandstorm able to get the end light into the recovery, goes off stage with the side A. He gets a side light, no recovery though, as Guichabou just simply air dodges to safety. Picking up the sword now, hopefully some consistent damage coming in, but a fully spaced GC D-light from Sandstorm. Every time I see Gauntlet D-light, it goes a little bit further than last time.
It does certainly feel like that. It feels like if you're trying to overspace it, it always feels like, oh, how far do you need to be away from it? A little bit further than you are right now.
Okay, and Light, no recovery follow-up, and Light once again, and catching Sandstorm's dodge that time around, preemptively jumping and reacting. Guichabou is looking so good right now.
Yeah, even though Guichabou is usually the Lin Fei player with extremely high dexterity, you're not really losing too much with the Asuri pick, given her stats, which is why a lot of people will still gravitate over to this legend. And then you also, of course, have the sword to fall back on, which we've seen a lot of people talking about sword and having opinions on sword this weekend.
That's right, but Guichabou has just been solely opting for the Qatars at the moment. Gets the neutral. Sandstorm looking for a way to be able to make it back on. The weapon toss down, looking for the end light recovery. A little bit too far back. Side light still going to be able to come out successfully, but the back hit of the neutral comes out.
Yeah, catching the bottom side of that to send down. That gave Guichabou some room. He still had to go ultimately back over to the wall. He's going to run all the way to the left side of the stage before choosing to go back in. Wanted to go for the 3-piece. The D-light ground pound into the recovery. Wasn't able to find the third, but still did damage. Still has a lead. Still grabbed his weapon. Now, unfortunately, if he falls here, he's going to have to be careful because his next weapon pickup is going to be sword, and we haven't seen him really play sword yet this set.
And you can never be relaxed against Sandstorm. Even if he has this much damage on him, he needs that one dodge read. He needs to put you off stage. Once the downer was in the wrong direction, he didn't turn around.
Nice.
Is that going to be it? Not quite.
That was going to be it.
Okay, this one, surely. Yes, it will be the D-light recovery coming out and getting game 1 for Guichabou. He was able to hold it down. He kept up his lead, and the sword, when he needed it most, it gave him a consistent KO option.
Yep.
With Qatars, it's a little inconsistent. You're looking for end-light recovery. You have to be able to catch a dodge. With sword, best combo starter in the game. You know, it's on a silver platter.
And that's one of the reasons why I think Lin Fei as a legend is really strong, especially with the way Guichabou plays, is when he's looking for those KOs, which a lot of Qatar players will struggle with, you can lean on that signature kit, whether it's on the Qatars or especially if we're looking at like side sig on the cannon. That's a regular thing that he goes for to KO, and sometimes you can lean on that heavy button real easily because a lot of those signatures are very safe. Oh my gosh. Complete destruction, even the on-stage ground pound.
The extension with the ground pound, yeah, that one was nuts. Guichabou,
dude,
what is going on, man? Picking up the sword, goes off stage, leans into the ground pound. That is not going to be the stock. He almost had the clip, but now he has all of the momentum that he could possibly ask for. He gets in the recovery, not going to be enough to be able to KO this time around, but he's looking phenomenal.
He's doing such a great job. He's doing a great job weathering the storm. Sandstorm, he's put out maybe half of a stock's worth of damage, and Guichabou seems extremely comfortable. Sandstorm's without a weapon. You see the neutral light. Now he's swapping back over. Of course, he has consistent KO options here with the sword. He can also strip the field, but there's a GC in light. Sandstorm's making his way back in.
Such a
it's not going to take too much to KO Guichabou at this point, but the same thing can be said for Sandstorm, and it's going to be even like a grounded neutral air KOing off the top of Demon Island.
Yeah, but you know what, Sandstorm, he made that stock last as long as possible. of all, Guichabou was not able to find the KO until quite late, so we'll see if Guichabou is able to take that and turn that into any extra credit at all. And light side light, okay, not fully committing to the neutral, just backing off a little bit. The recovery comes out, and I don't think Guichabou has it in him, and he does not. Sandstorm with that GCD light. He has other plans for Guichabou.
And so this is worrying me a little bit because I was looking at the damage numbers from last game. Guichabou did 601. That's kind of a lot. It's more like you're in a yellow-white territory. Oh my gosh, because of that! Look what he is able to do with almost nothing, and Guichabou will surely be done here. Absolutely like that. If you're having to do a lot of damage over a long period of time to KO your opponent, if your pace is better than them, okay, it's not the biggest problem in the world. You still will get the W, but it's like you said earlier, against Sandstorm, you have to worry about all of the damage he can put out. So if you're having to put out 200 plus damage per stock, that's so many opportunities for Sandstorm to then do what he just did on Guichabou's second.
Look what Sandstorm is doing. He is hitting and he is waiting. Every single time that he hits Guichabou, he goes above, he tries to jump over, and then punish the next option. He is playing with so much confidence. He's playing with so much momentum now. GC sidelight into the side.
Oh my gosh.
Guichabou in such a nasty position, but the weapon toss saving him down in neutral. Can Sandstorm make it back? The answer is he can for just a moment. Misses the side air. This is nuts.
I'm not sure what that side air was. That could have been him going under the stage so he can avoid something, because I would be originally looking for like the neutral air there, but he may have just been focused on avoidance rather than punishment so that he could get back safe and maintain this lead and then grab the 2-stock yet again, almost in an identical spot with the GCD light into the recovery.
This is the Sandstorm effect. This is the Morgadex effect, and this is the Scythe effect coming into full play, which is regardless of the lead that you have built up, Scythe at any point in time in the right position off stage with just the right dodge read, that is all that it takes to just eliminate your stock, regardless of how much damage it is that you have. You always have to be so careful fighting against Sandstorm. But I also really like the way that he approached his advantage state this time around. Every single time that he connected, let's say, a neutral, every single time he connected a downer, every time he got back onto stage with a sider, Sandstorm was the one that was just playing a little bit more patient. He jumped over Guichabou, and then he waited to see what Guichabou would do next. And then he would land with a downer, and he kept up his advantage state, and he got so many more hits because of it. Instead of just going for an immediate follow-up option, he waited, and he reset so well.
I feel like the scary thing when I'm watching anybody play against Sandstorm and like have momentum on their side and like getting strings with Katars or whatever weapon it is, I feel like I'm watching Oberyn versus the Mountain in Game of Thrones, where like Oberyn, you know, he's nimble, he's quick, he has the spear, he's taunting, he's aha, it seems like he's the one on top against the big hulking giant, and then all of a sudden it takes one misstep and the Mountain caves his head in. And then that's Sandstorm taking your stock with like 7 hits in orange, and you're just done like that.
That's Sandstorm, the Mountain, I suppose. So, Guichabou picking up the Qatar, Sandstorm on the gauntlets. We're opting for quite the small stage, and I have to say, this is a pretty typical Morgadex stage. I see Markimu love this stage because, hey, with a single sidelight recovery, you can go ahead and take that stock off the top. So, we'll have to see how that goes. Already Sandstorm with a massive lead at the moment, and able to catch the landing. Oh my God, Sparky.
It's GOAT. It's GOAT. I denied the GOAT, and look, I got egg on my face. And trust me, eggs are expensive now, so you do not want egg on your face. Yeah, I feel like I wasted $40,000 on that one.
Well,
I got a left stick laugh with that. Hearing left sticks giggle in the background, that gives me life, man.
That's what you do it for the fans at home. So, Guichabou has not been able to land in what seems like forever. Sandstorm, he is making it as difficult as possible. Goes for the GCD light. Not going to be able to find a follow-up quite yet, though. Okay, backing off, going in, going out, jumping over him and waiting. He is so scary.
The low-altitude ground pound that Guichabou just did. That was a wild choice, and he is just getting completely zoned away from the stage. Does find a landing, hits the D-Light into the recovery. He has the sword, so more consistent KO options, but I almost want to see him swap to the Lin Fei. I'm wondering if he will, given that this is probably going to be an L for him. And again, he's struggling to find KOs. He finds that one, but it's a minute 45 in. He's already lost 2 stocks. He already built up a lot of damage specifically on that stock, so even that signature was kind of over KO.
Oh gosh, Guichabou needs to get anything going here. The GC sidelight, but no endlight follow-up. Endlight off the stage. Recovery not going to be able to come through quite yet. Sidelight, D-light tries to go for the double, but Sandstorm finds his way back to the stage and to safety. Sidelight tries to go for it again, but Guichabou not landing quite yet. Oh, this is so much damage.
Okay. Guichabou's still kind of stuck on the wall, does find his way over, landing with a side air. Ooh, gets perfectly dodged on that falling neutral air. Sandstorm with the neutral air as well, now sending up the D-Sig again. Is he gonna get like all 3 stocks with that signature?
Oh, he just might. Sandstorm, he is catching landings all day, over and over. He has really pushed that D-Sig to its limit, and Guichabou was looking a little bit lost this game, I have to say. Even though like the last game, one of those stocks completely disappeared against Scythe, this is now Sandstorm in full effect. He is catching every single landing. He is juggling to infinity with neutral airs and GC and lights and recoveries over and over again. He's looking unstoppable.
Yeah. And it seems like he's only getting better as the day goes on, which is something like that's not stranger to Sandstorm. That's not alien. No one's like, what? He's still good. He's still getting better. It's literally, they set it up in the pre-show. It's all in the script. You saw the Mordex plushie lurking in the shadows. We said it in the pre-show. It's all there. You always have to worry about Sandstorm because he's so good.
That's right. He just keeps on coming back again and again, and he keeps on causing problems. But that is 2-1, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or was that the entirety of the set? That was 2-1.
Okay, so we're looking at a client reset here for Guichabou. Hoping you can come back in. Please play the Linfei, brother.
So I do like the Asuri
Sending
pick.
brainwaves.
We have been seeing a lot of Asuri just again because string weapons are really good at the moment. Sword is probably the best weapon in the game at the moment? Question mark. And so everybody's been picking Asuri. Everybody and their mothers as well. So we'll be seeing if Guichabou sticks to that. We'll be seeing if we go back to the Linfei, maybe even the Queen Nai.
Play the Linfei. Please don't play the Queen Nai, brother.
Not a fan of Queen Nai?
She's playing the Queen Nai. No, what are we doing? We just said this. No, this is bad. He's too slow. She's too slow. You can't get away. She's too slow.
She's too slow?
Bro, just play Linfei and then do your Qatar stuff and then pick up the cannon and then throw out your side signature or your neutral signature. You have the game plan. You know it's there. You've done well at tournament with it before. I still think it works in current meta. Maybe he knows something we don't. I mean, I would love to be wrong here, but I feel like we're going to see some more destruction here.
Oh my gosh.
Even with the increased defense, like we have the potential of like spear neutral sig.
I don't know, it was the last time I saw Miami Dome. I feel like forever we've just been going to Small Worlds and Demon Island again and again, so my favorite stage. Let's see how this goes. Queen Nai on Miami Dome as well. The signature coverage here is actually kind of nuts. So I definitely agree with this pick. Guichabou already has the stage control. Looking to catch this landing from Sandstorm. He gets back down. He kicks Guichabou off stage with that side light. D-light neutral. Oh man, okay.
Dude, she's so slow. She's just such a slow character.
Oh, boo-hoo, Sparky. They'll be fine.
Like, movement speed is universally good. Every character feels so much better the higher movement speed they have, and that's one of the reasons. There's several reasons to not play Queen Nai, but that's usually one of them, why a lot of people don't play her. It's going to be tough for her to get away. She's not going to be able to fade as quickly in and out.
But you know what she can do? That is make it back onto the stage. This is a legend that is going to be a little bit tough to KO.
Okay,
looking for the GC Ed Sig, but oh, the weapon toss. The Sandstorm view so optimal. He did not get distracted by it. The weapon toss normally stops people from going through those kinds of ground pounds, but he saw the window of opportunity before it descended on top of his head, and he got it anyways. He is so sick for that. That was so optimal.
Yeah, it's the weapon toss. Oh my gosh, the weapon toss is not going very fast, so even though he was pretty damaged, it wasn't going to send him back very far, but Guichabou was fading really low on the wall, so he wasn't, nice neutral signature, catching him jumping, but Guichabou wasn't going to be able to like jump up and grab that spear and then throw something else out to deter Sandstorm, so just taking that little bonk was no issue for him. That was a great like risk-reward calculation.
Okay, Guichabou backing off a little bit, looking to catch that landing with the end light. Cannot find it though. D-light, no neutral follow-up either. You have to be able to get the dodge read. You have to be able to put Sandstorm into the blender until he finds that side light. Wait, catches dodge with a GC side light recovery. 2 stocks to 1, 2 games to 1. This is looking like all Sandstorm.
Play the Linfei, man. I'm telling you, I really think it would be better. Ultimately, you probably may not win here because Sandstorm's playing so well today. I wonder what happened in the set that went to Game 5 before like top 128 earlier today. He might have just been asleep on that one, or maybe we're incoming with a super nasty player sometime soon.
Oh, Guichabou is just looking for any combo starter. Again, a D-light, but no down air.
No! Kind of a weak punish from Sandstorm, gotta say.
What else was he supposed to do then?
More.
What? Got it. Hood. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a little bit better. He was figuring it out. He was like, you know, I don't know what to do about this yet, so you know what? We'll just go for the
You really, like, he does grab it there as a KO off the top, but if you throw out that signature, you better pray it hits. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're just kind of sitting up there in the air with your arms spread going, yeah, and then you just get smacked.
Okay, Sandstorm going off stage. Guichabou, though, fighting back. Neutral into the recovery. Whiffing the neutral on the way back down. Sandstorm just able to catch him. Oh, Guichabou is looking so uncomfortable. Needs a way to be able to land. The neutral comes out. The recovery not going to be able to connect. Downer shoving him back down once again. Guichabou picking up the guitars. Whiffing the D-Light and in Sandstorm's face. Whiff City.
D-Sig.
Whiff City, man.
D-Sig is like the new side sig, apparently. Side sig was like, when Mordex came out, the side sig was like one of the best signatures in the entire game. The ice lingered for so long. Then it